For those of you who are currently wondering what I'm doing, I am currently in the preliminary sketch phase of what I'm doing here. So not a whole lot going on. Just chilling, relaxing. Figured I'd just stream what I'm doing. May or may not do this regularly, we'll see. Trying to get the structure of of the figure down correctly. This is the most interesting part of the process, and also the most painful. So it's nothing too fancy at the moment, just trying to figure out the position of the bones, the muscles, the all that lovely stuff. So what I like to do is I like to just create a overlay of the figure and then try to feel out where the different parts of the body should be. It's probably not the best way of doing this, but that's what I like to do. Extremely rough sketch. Who knows? It might not even survive. I might have to erase it and try her again. But the important thing is to at least get something on the page. Maybe I have a shoulder on the wrong place. So if somebody is leaning on a table like that, yeah, I got this backwards. This shoulder should be lower. Let's delete that shoulder and See if I can get that in. Actually, I think I should just blow that bag up. Try it again. Oops. Move this up. Hmm. Okay. Sometimes, if you're not happy with something that you're making, you blow it up and try again. I wasn't happy with it. Don't ever be afraid to blow up what you don't like. Assuming it's yours, of course. Let's try that again. Oops. Let's try let's try this as for starters. Okay, that's a bit better. A bit more in line with what I had in my mind. Hmm. Okay, I think I can work with this one. Now I do what I like to call my sculpting out, where I sculpt a figure out of a mess of lines. The figure in the panel here is not going to be this big, because this figure is going to be here. Uh, the figure is going to be right here, but not that big. There's going to be another figure right up in there for a diagonal read. Might not even show this far along the back, but that's kind of the idea. Yeah, the process right for me is just like get a basic figure down and just try to sculpt out what you want out of the mess of lines and just kind of fine tune it as you go along. Might be a little unconventional for most artists, but it's just how I do it. All right. I'm messing too much with that hand. I got to leave it alone for the moment. Okay. All right. Now that I have a basic idea down, I can attempt to put in some details in here. Drop in some lines for hair. Drop in the basic spot for the ear. This person has wavy hair, so and it's flowing down the character's back. Kind of goes around the ear here, but it's going to be underneath the fingers. So there we go. Then we'll alternate the curls on the next uh, lock of hair. Bit little part in the hair right there. Hmm. Oops. All right, let's try that number again. Something about it was off. I didn't like it. Let's try to think. Hmm. Maybe the finger should be underneath That was a bit of a failure. Let's try that again. Now let's try to get this hair so it won't obstruct the face at all. All right. Because want the hair to be tucked behind the ear, but I also don't want it covering up the face either. Just all part of the process of trying to get a figure drawn, a basic figure drawn, so you can get all the my favorite part, which is the nice details. Maybe something like that ish. That works for the moment. Okay, perhaps we should leave that for the moment. Try to move on to sculpting other details out of the lines. Try to finalize some of this appearance a bit. I'm no expert in anatomy, but I'm working on it. See, okay, let's flip the image over, see what we can find. Hmm. It's not nearly as bad as I was afraid it was going to be. Alright. Let's try to think up how the next lock of hair would run through there. Something like that, I think? Nah, it's too straight. Hair doesn't defy gravity. Okay. I think it's starting to come together. Any constructive criticism in the comments is most welcome. I'm always looking to find ways to improve. Okay. Let's try to reverse it and see if we find anything wonky. Okay, for a basic sketch, it's not going too badly. But to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not exactly used to drawing live in that sense of stage fright and the need to perform instead of just letting things flow. Hmm. So I'm just studying what I'm looking at the moment, trying to determine if there's anything I could improve upon. Let me check my OBS real fast. All right, it looks good. Okay, back to this. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, let's remove that line right there real fast. Just study the. I think the shoulder's too high. Let's drop it a little bit. Let's fix this set right through here. Try to let it flow a bit better. I have this weird habit of accidentally drawing hair that defies gravity. Okay, so it would slide through here and then slide on the opposite side of the neckline. Because the spine's running through here. And because gravity is down here, something like that perhaps? Okay, we'll just leave this alone for the moment. Let's just focus somewhere else. The solution will present itself eventually. Okay, let's reverse the image. Okay, flip it. All right, let's try to drop in some wrinkles and clothes in here. Let's try to drop his. He is wearing a turtleneck, so the line is way up high on the neck. Okay. If there's any experts in the watching right now, if you see anything that you think I can do better with or correct, please let me know. Because I'm still no expert in the realm of anatomy. There's something about this arm right here that's bothering me. I'm not sure what it is yet, but that's all part of the process. That's pretty much how I do it. I just learn as I go. Now that I'm not dealing with muscles as much, I can start removing some of those lines and focus more on the fabric. I still think there's something stubby about that arm. Maybe I'm going about this incorrectly here because there would be stretch marks right here, wouldn't there? I'm not entirely used to drawing from behind a character. I'm more used to drawing side profiles and from the front. So this is a kind of new territory for me a bit. So maybe instead we should draw stretch lines. Nah, there's still something wrong. Yeah, it was a little stubby. I think I might need to adjust the angle over here a little bit. Bring this up a bit as well. Maybe not too high. Yeah, this is still very preliminary. This is where I do all of my uh, first draft, you could call it. Yeah. Let's get rid of some of these lines that aren't necessary anymore. Okay. Still something about this arm that bothers me. I'll figure it out eventually. Mm-hmm. All right, let's clean up some of this. Hmm. All right, let's flip it. Okay. I think we can work with this. Let's copy this image and paste. There we go. Now let's get rid of that. Now, this one I'm going to attempt to try to be a bit more detailed in what I'm doing. Mhm. Let's try to get rid of these excess lines a little bit. Try to get a better grip on what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. So we can try to drop in some details in the hair. Try to get rid of these messy lines, these little placeholders. There we go. Let's try to drop in some details in the hair. So the light is coming in from this direction, this way. So light on the reverse side. So most of the darker detail will be in the center. Mhm. Starting to regret drawing this so small. Let's go ahead and darken some of these to make it easier to differentiate. So we're going to get a lot of light right in here. Get rid of these extra lines because they're bothering me. Probably should have cleared more of those out before I started this process. It would have made it a bit more easier. It's starting to come together. I love that magical moment when the drawing suddenly comes together and you know you're on the right track. But we're getting there. We'll just go ahead and worry about the fingers later. Fingers bother me. I don't understand why I'm so weak when I draw fingers. It's just always such a struggle for me. So we'll just worry about the fingers later. We'll just draw that placer right there for the moment and get back to the to what we got going on here. And it's not bad. Not my best I've ever done, I imagine I'll probably be improving it as I go along. Let's back it up a little bit and take a look at the overall picture here. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad as I was fearing it was going to be. Let's try to draw in a couple of little strands here in the lighter areas just to get the indication that they're there. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Just trying to relax and draw. Though honestly, trying to live stream while I'm drawing has proven to be a bit nerve-wracking. Maybe I'll get used to it eventually. Ears a little cockeyed. Need to fix that. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this side over here. Now we're not going to have to worry too much about this area right here because there is a hair bow sitting right in here. All right. One thing I did notice is that this is too high. Let's drop this down a bit. Oh yeah, much better. This process is just continuously finding issues with what you're doing and then fixing them. Okay, I'm going to start a new layer here and knock the opacity down on this and start on the hair bow. All right, so let's draw a line. Where the eye level is. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's about right there. Maybe a bit lower. And the back of the head runs right there, I think. Somewhere in here. Which means let's get this placeholder down real fast. All right. Let's get rid of some of these lines. All right. Like I said, we are currently in the mostly in the sketch placeholder part of the drawing here. I need to study hair bows a bit more so I can learn to draw them a bit better. Because I am not satisfied with that. But anyway, let's get rid of this line right here. And then let's introduce it back here. Oops. And change the opacity. There we go. Oops. That is not what I meant to do. Get rid of this line because we don't need it anymore. Okay, there we go. One moment. There we go. Mm, let's reverse the image. Let's say what we got real fast. Oops, hold on a second. That's not what I want. Should be in here. Yes. Manga panel 17. Yes, I have made many of these. There we go. Oops. Try not to bump my mic. Right. Studying the image at the moment. If you notice I'm not doing anything for a while, it's because I'm studying what I'm looking at. I feel like the arm is there's still something off with the angle. I'm not sure what it is yet. Let's adjust that real fast. Oh, you'll be watching already? Oh, it's a little bit, but oh, did you? Oh, oh, this is good stuff. Yeah. And oh, did you? Oh, oh, did you go to Publix? Nice. Hey, thank you. No, appreciate that. That's having. We got really strong from the Lakers, so yeah, it's still here. Yeah, I'll come out to see the kids first. Yeah, looking for some juice in it. All day, all crazy, huh? You get heat from home? Or do you from home? All right, let's move on to the sleeves and the fabric. Yeah, but if it's one kid, Still not entirely satisfied with the arm at the moment, but we'll try to figure out why I don't like it. We'll figure it out. Let's just focus on the wrinkles at the moment. Try to drop in some shading as well while I'm at it. Get rid of some of these excess ugly lines. A line right through there. Maybe the shoulder blade back here needs to move a bit. Maybe it's just angled wrong. There's something that's, whoops, don't want that. There, that's a bit better. Oops. There we go. Let's try to fix this shade right here. All right. So this shading right here is going to be a bit more general. Because I imagine there will probably be less stretches in the fabric if it's pulling against the rib cage. There might be one on, through here like that. Let's back her up a bit. Okay. I think I've been streaming for about an hour. I think I should probably let this drawing rest, and then I'll come back with it a fresh mind with a fresh pair of eyes tomorrow. I'll probably stream it then too. So if y'all dropped in, thanks for watching, and I'll probably be seeing you tomorrow. See you then.